Yes, it was Logan who
okay,
killed
I'm gonna
Platoon
do that.
HQ
I'm
in the
gonna
first
get
round
the
and
GREENFOR
tried to
I'm
sneak
sorry.
in, but was completely cut out of position, excuse me. But he did snipe Platoon HQ in the back of the head, which was a really nice thing to see.
And if you are not currently slotted, you can come green.
Oh man, so BLUFOR has a 25% number advantage. That's gonna make for another like 6 to 8 dudes on their side.
Volunteer for GREENFOR platoon lead.
Blake is going to lead BLUFOR.
Wow,
Looks like he's got things mostly in Alpha, some stuff in Bravo as well. A few guys in Charlie, and then a pilot and a gunner. Logan's gonna gun!
Quick question for the mission maker.
Man.
Do we need to have Humvee driver, gunner, commander, etc. to actually control them? Like, is it keys?
No.
Okay, then I would just like at least one group to take the MMG team. Can I get Charlie 1 to move to one of the MMG teams?
BLUFOR's going to respec one of their guys to, they're going to make Charlie the MG team instead.
Don't believe we do. Okay. Well, anyone else?
BLUFOR doesn't have a MAT team, though, to take out those UAZs.
That's all for me.
But otherwise, they're going to basically keep Alpha and Bravo. They're going to have an MG team as a Delta for some good Overwatch. And they're going to keep Logan and Patriot in that armed Huey. What's worrisome about it, though, is does Independent have a MAT team? No, they do not.
Delta 2.
So this is no MAT team, Gunners. No dedicated AT that can blow assets out of the water. So right now we have Montgomery is going to lead Independent here. He has everything spread out around Alpha and Bravo. But we'll see what he decides to change here in a second.
All I need is team leaders for Alpha 1 and Alpha 2. If I don't have volunteers, I will volunteer.
So he's going to keep Alpha and Bravo mainly full for this defensive. So he's probably going to give each one a UAZ dish gun and then static MGs as well for both of those teams. Interesting.
Alright, Olaf, move up to team leader. Are we team leader for Alpha 2? Alright. GREENFOR's good.
Alright, so...
Arc either.
That's going to mean they're going to have to rely on their static MGs. It's only going to be 12.7 though, unless they get cords, which are going to get that 14.5 millimeter to make it a lot deadlier.
Got it, Delta 2. Got it. Go. Blue's good.
Alright.
Barbarian just DC'd.
Push to map screen.
You might call it for the night. Might be too drunk. Oh, that's a good question. What side is Nemesis on? I don't see Nemesis. Oh, wait, no, he's in TeamSpeak. LMN. Nemesis is BLUFOR. And Logan is also BLUFOR, so they're on the same team, unfortunately. We're not going to see that PvP. I'm sorry, guys.
All together, and then they just happen to fight off like wave after wave AI.
No, the best one was the final round of the Halloween event when BLUFOR and OPFOR were both overwhelmed by zombies, and we were supposed to be fighting each other, and we met in the platoon leaders. Stragatigo and I met in the middle, and we're like, truce, truce, truce.
Oh, I remember that. That was an epic round. That was in a VTR. I came to pick some of you guys up
Full
because you were stuck in a
map.
building. I got a radio. We need you to go and pick some OPFOR up. And we're like, pick them off, you mean? And like, no, we need you to go and pick them up.
That's right. First Halloween with that.
I'm cool.
The man on fire.
Okay.
Alright, break. What is our brief?
Attack defend and terminal hack. This one is sequential. So in case you didn't know, the difference is when it's sequential, you'll see one says active and has a
Alright,
cast,
I'm going to go down to my casting couch channel.
When they're not sequential, they will.
And we are going to prep for the round. So to explain what he was saying, basically BLUFOR has to hack this terminal first in KO, and then they can move to the terminal in Tiberia and hack it. If BLUFOR tries to hack Terminal 2 first, they will not be able to. So it's basically a wave defense with BLUFOR, and it looks like Barbarian's coming back. He just had to quickly reset his internet maybe, and he is back in the casting couch.
Arma,
Yep, that is A-okay, my friend. But the difference here is this entire section is usable. Was Barb saying something? I don't remember. But BLUFOR...
So, what is happening as far as this up?
Alright, so BLUFOR, just to cue you in, let me scroll down to the casting couch so I can see your mic queue up to make sure you don't cut out and whatnot. BLUFOR is taking 2 infantry squads. They have Patriot flying. Logan is going to door gun the 240 Bravo on the side. We have a marksman in play for BLUFOR. I don't remember who it is. It's Stray Dog from the looks of it. But I'm also seeing Gorski. I don't know what role Gorski is, but I keep seeing these guys with 7.62 weaponry, just no scopes. So that's interesting to see here and there. We do have some guys still loading in, though, because we see that NATO base kit. I think these guys are Marsoc, though, because they're given scars instead. So that's what I'm seeing. But BLUFOR will probably assign a Humvee to each squad because they were asking about that in the brief. So each squad will take that, and then they have some open skin transport Humvees, and they have a full map to do maneuvering on to get to the southern 2 AOs. Meanwhile, independent, they have their 2 UAZ 12.7 Dishka technicals, and then they're given interesting 2 12.7 Dishkas and a shielded 50 cal.
Oh.
So the vanilla shielded 50 cal is superior to the 12.7s because it's a vanilla item. So it's going to have all the base stats tied to it. Plus it has the shield and it turns quicker than the Dishkas by a little bit. So it's kind of interesting to see that in play. We're seeing the independent guys. They're equipped with the... I used this camo recently in one of my operations for a mini campaign with a 506 for a winter camo. It's a, like the Iraqi desert camo. So that's interesting to see. But
yeah, not quite chocolate chip, but like brown, black.
Yeah, but also like whitish too. And it, like I was able to use it as a winter camo just fine. It's a interesting mix, but...
I'm really close on my tabs. I bought some German military surplus earlier, and I think that's what's causing my shit to lag.
All right, just make sure you sort it out, buddy. But
Yeah,
either way,
fine now.
KO will be interesting because I know when we were doing Project 13 dev testing, KO's fuel station was a really big hotspot for PvP. But I'm not seeing any built-in fortifications on the map with the exception of a ruined construction building between the 2 AOs. I'm going to do a little bit more looking here, but this is probably going to open up for... Oh, we see a second ruined construction building over in Plato de Cayo on the left flank here. I'm going to look on the far right flank, but I don't see anything additional here. So if I was in independent shoes, I would probably put one of those static 50 cals on the little church area to the way south. That'll be probably dedicated to shooting down the helicopter. So I'd probably put the shielded 50 cal back here because that superior turn speed and arc up ratio. I think it's better than the Dishka, but I could be wrong with that. And then probably in this ruins construction complex, that wouldn't be a bad spot for a 50. In this case, the 12.7. And let's see, we have the first terminal building is in a double bunker complex in the church building. So that gives it a pretty good perimeter right off the bat. And then the other terminal building is in a similar bunker complex, but there's a shit ton of concealment around it. So again, very interesting to see there. The second Dishka, I would probably just keep it in reserve until I knew where BLUFOR was going and then try to set it up in a kill zone to catch BLUFOR on. Because with these AOs, there's just a lot of open ground all around KO. So Independent could just get a lot of units, find some good positions, build in their territory with some fortifications, and wait for BLUFOR to come in. Meanwhile, if I was in BLUFOR shoes, I would not want to approach this AO first off, but if I had to, I would probably try a vehicle rush with an armed Vic in front to cover, and then try to balls to the wall, blitz the northern part, and dismount my troops. Probably keeping a machine gun team and the marksman on a decent overwatch position, and then work from there. Maybe maneuver some dudes on the Huey too, but that's better on the second objective where there are a lot of places that the Huey could drop off troops. On the northern one, there really isn't any good dismount points for the Huey because it's just all open terrain. So I'll be curious to see where Independent put their forces and where BLUFOR tries their ingress vector on.
Yeah, like you said, a lot of open terrain. There are some pockets. I would say just east of Cayo, about 0970. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 097059. They could possibly park it behind that hill.
Yeah,
just enough defilade. I'm grasping at straws for this. There's also behind the water tower, but then
no, I mean you're right. Like that. That's a pretty good spot for a Huey to go, and it gives them some roaming hills, and then they could smoke going up. And it doesn't really leave that many positions for Independent to go, but there is a building I'm looking at that is enterable with the red umbrella, where they could get on the second story of that. And then they could build a bridge between these two buildings, and that would have some pretty good overwatch eyes on that vector. So it's tough.
I feel you. I feel like that's so specific. It's literally like the one option for Terminal 1. Maybe some others, like I said, behind the water tower or something. They have this busted construction site down here to the south for, I guess, some intermediate cover between the two terminals, which I can appreciate, but I don't see it reflected on maps, so that might be a shock for the attacking force. But otherwise, yeah, a lot for attacking Terminal 1, lots of open guns to approach.
We all need alcohol.
Once they get into the town, it's urban fighting, which is very costly, just generally speaking.
Yeah.
Once they take it, and they have a lot more flexibility using the terrain. Lots of hills, lots of peaks that they can use. What do they have for mobility other than the Huey? Do they have any Humvees or anything?
BLUFOR has 2 armed Humvees and then a bunch of open skin Humvees that can take 8 people each. So a lot of room for that, but I don't know. I'm still looking at Independence ability here. They're sending guys back to Terminal 2. I would say screw Terminal 2. I really like where Terminal 1 is, because if you pull guys in every flank, you could honestly just lock this place down, because there's so many open kill zones to bait BLUFOR to go in for. But I think they're going to spend most of their guys fortifying Position 2. But Position 2, I mean, you've got big hills next to it. You've got... Yeah, so the big hills are covering the northeastern side and the southern side, so that's leaving a lot of room for BLUFOR to come in on. Just...
but at the same
KO
time,
is such a good spot.
KO is such a good spot, and they don't have to worry about Terminal 2 if they don't lose Terminal 1. And with how dense KO is, KO, whatever, there is... it feels like they should put their eggs in one basket, and the Humvees that they have, shoot them out pretty easily, or they can shoot them out pretty easily.
This tower is accessible, by the way.
Huey would be the one thing to worry about as far as mobility, but with all the open ground, that's one spot for them to take, which isn't well reflected on the map, in my opinion. But,
so, by the way, there are 2 towers on that church on Terminal 1, and they're shuttered, so it's really easy to put dudes up there. This is screaming at me, use it, but again, we have the benefit of having a bird's eye view camera and seeing all the information. Independent only has the map and their best guess. So
I mean, it's Sahrani, so that also there might be some prior knowledge as well. But for the most part, yeah, you use what's given to you, and they're trying to use their map as much as possible. But because it's a majority of the forces that are going to Terminal 2, it feels like Terminal 1 is meant to be a speed bump, not a stop. You know?
Yeah. I don't know. Again, we see some great calls that are made in Friday Night Fights, then we see some ones which, it makes us think what could have been. I don't know. I just think if they were to coordinate the statics, coordinate the technicals, build around basically the block that this place is on, box it in with a perimeter and set up 50 cals, it could be a pretty good position to basically maneuver things on. And there's plenty of buildings which you can partially enter and set up ambushes from. This town could literally be BLUFOR's worst nightmare, but unfortunately, Independent is just trailing a bunch of forces, and they're going to garrison Position 2, and that's going to spread Independent thin for BLUFOR to probably take advantage of some craps and KO's gaps and be able to probably take the terminal with minimal to moderate casualties.
Yeah, did you see what the specifics were on the number difference as far as
It was
like
I think
3328 or something.
Yeah, I'll do a quick head count while you speak. Go ahead.
Yeah,
4,
I mean,
5, 6, 7,
I
8,
completely
9,
agree with
10,
you,
11,
like,
12, 13, 14, 15, 16,
specifically
17,
because
18,
this
19,
is a linear
27, 28,
what's
29,
that
30,
game
31,
from
32.
Battlefield
32
Battlefield
blue 4,
2?
by the way. Remember that. 32 blue 4.
32 blue 4, 32 blue, gotcha. But the terminals, it's linear. They have to take terminal 1 before they take terminal 2. They can't back half or rush around and push the flank from behind because they can't take terminal 2. They don't have that option.
So it's 32 to 26 blue 4 to op 4.
Oh, that's pretty close. But yeah, with how little they've spread, or how much they've spread out, rather, how little amount they've left behind in Kaio, it's Kaio, whatever. Like it feels like a miscue.
So something Chad is pointing out to me, though, Independent, though, has a very big disadvantage, though. Do you know what it is?
No.
Blue 4 has both Logan and Nemesis, our MVPs from NA and EU, respectively. EU and NA, respectively. Nemesis from EU had a really big amount of great plays, and Logan has been powerhousing tonight. So we'll have to see what goes where. Logan being the chopper gunner of the helicopter, Nemesis playing with the Scandi Recon and TSV presence unofficially.
Yeah.
So this
Nemesis
should be
has
crazy.
the Scar 17, or Mark 17 with Scar L with the 7.62 NATO. Logan has also a Scar 17 with irons. I'm not seeing the specifics. Logan looks to be just a rifleman. Nemesis is a medic.
Yeah, so all the team leaders are up here.
So, I mean, it's not, they don't have the LMGs, but those Scars, they're going to be doing some damage. I'm going to see the GREENFOR kids, because you said they were like the Iraqi desert camo. But looks to be not quite Russian. Looks like just like chest rig with some armor in it, but not the Russian stuff. So
all the statics for Independent have moved, by the way. I'm trying to track where they've ended up, but it looks like one squad is going to be left to defend Terminal 1, and the rest of the force is going to go defend Terminal 2, but one UAZ is being left for the northern group, and then the southern group is also getting one UAZ. I just don't see where it went. But as I predicted, there is a 50 cal on the southern church. They're trying to find a good position for it, but again, that's going to be really good overwatch for the helicopter that'll come in.
Not much time though. They got 2 minutes left.
Again, like, for the record, I think Independent fortifying Terminal 2 is a mistake. I think they should have done Terminal 1, had some dudes on the perimeter, identified where Blue 4 would come in, have a force ready to set up a defensive line, and just had actively dealt with the Blue 4 threat. But instead, they're going to spread themselves thin. They've got more forces in Terminal 2 than Terminal 1, and that's just going to break apart Independence forces and make it easier for Blue 4 to come in and do an entire sweeping clearing action. So we'll see where it goes. We got one Dishka on the back church. We're still looking for that other Dishka and that 50 cal, but I'm sure Independent will find some good spots to keyhole those positions with those assets as soon as we see them. We'll see them on the map in when they're utilized here, but I am looking hard, and it looks like they're also fortifying the southern church a bit with some bunkers and whatnot. I guess that's okay. Honestly, if they just had the 50 cal in the church and pulled it out when they needed it, that could also work, but I can also understand that that would mean they get easily picked off by the marksmen, so we'll see.
Wait, look, Hoyt has the reinforced M2 out in the field north of the church. Okay, it looks like he just dropped it. They're taking it to the church on the very, very south tip. But yeah, I'm with you as far as like it should have been 2/3 at KO
Hoyt's bringing up the
1/3 at Tiberia. I get why they're playing it as a speed bump and then the main force with how defensible, easily defensible KO could be. Yeah, it just feels like
because Terminal 2, I mean, it's not defensible at all because it's all concealment and then 2 little bunkers. So it just, I don't know. I feel like it's the trap answer, but shit happens. Mission has started, and
Well, you do like your traps, so
I
we'll
don't
see
know
what
where
happens.
Jesus Christ, Barb. I don't know where that other Dishka is, but I'm sure we'll see it in play. Maybe it flew off into space and got armored. We'll have to see how things go. Meanwhile, BLUFOR, their chopper is up in the air. It is just Patriot and Logan on it. Otherwise, they are taking almost all of the Humvees here. We'll see where they decide to go. Bravo is managing the Humvees that are armed. And that's going to leave Alpha to take the unarmed ones, but part of Bravo is also in the unarmed.
Oh my god.
What?
Logan is in the Huey as a
Yes,
passenger.
with the gun.
He's
Barb, we've
not
been
the
over
gunner,
that
but-
twice.
I'm sorry. I'm.
Barb!
I blame the alcohol, dude. I'm trying, man.
Stop
It's
drinking.
up in the eye. No, I'm gonna drink more.
So, we have Patriot and Logan already flying in with that Huey, probably for some early game harassment here. Independent on Objective 1 are super spread out. It's one guy on the flank here with the UAZ Dishka.
Carlson's moving around in the back line. He's a combat engineer, so he can put a charge
He's already
over
been
by the
spotted.
terminal, but I don't know if he has or not. Let me go check.
Olaf solo crew in the UAZ Dishka spots the Huey flying around, possibly to go on the south, and we still have Hueys coming in on the north. Humvees coming in. They did an early dismount, probably trying to get on an overwatch point to plan their route to see where independent forces have come in.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a charge on Terminal 1 from Carlson. Again, pretty obvious play to make. Easy trap. Gets you at least one kill if you pop it off quick enough.
I'm gonna look around real quick for that charge, but you are right. I am not seeing it placed, and it would blend in pretty well with the grass if you were to put it in the corner of that bunker.
Boston's up here way northwest of KO, way to the west, by the military training grounds. And
Huey's flying harassment. I think it's doing a faint landing because we have Montgomery and Warwick over here. Logan and Patriot, they're flying low right here. Logan is... yes. Classic. Classic maneuver right there. Logan just fell out of the helicopter and died.
And he's dead. And he's dead. Okay, well, so much for that. Rest in peace. Oh no, Logan. Big F. Big F.
I don't know what to say to that. I'm laughing right now, but I'm really upsetty spaghetti that the gunner just died.
Well, no, I think he hopped out because he was gonna let him out and just let him loose, let Logan be Logan, and he disconnects. He doesn't even want to see the rest of this. Oh my god!
What the fuck was that? That was almost as bad as the fucking Mi-24 that pancakes in the beginning round. So BLUFOR needs a new gunner for the fucking helicopter. Now Logan disconnected, and if Platoon HQ is paying attention, he's gonna know that Logan was the gunner of that helicopter. What the fuck happened? Yeah, it's all up to Nemesis now to make this look good. Damn it, Logan! I had my hopes up. I feel cocked.
Mentioned. What about the Zeus fix? No, there's no Zeus. This is PvP.
Yep, there's no Zeus.
Scripted. Yeah.
Purely scripted. What I'm willing to bet is Logan got out, but desynced because he was desyncing around the chopper, and then when it finally registered it, he was like, you know, super in the air and then fell to his death. And yeah,
shot it up into the air and then.
Oh my god, lagged to death. It happens. It's a video game after all. If your connection spikes, it's horrible. Meanwhile, we have Who is Time Lord and Cosmonaut staring at each other, probably trying to embrace a kiss there, but just didn't happen. Was never meant to be. And I don't know. This chopper's gonna have to land and pick someone else up as a gunner.
We're seeing a bunch of BLUFOR congregating at Arcadia over to the west.
Yep.
Not a bad play. They have that MSR that they're able to take for most of the way over to Cayo, but they gotta worry about the Plaza de Cayo oil field there, which is, I remember an op forever ago where having to cross that, it is about half a click of just a kill field. So much open ground. There is another destroyed construction site building for some more somewhat of a cover, but still.
So Chopper is flying around really close to those Dishka positions. The Dishkas they're crewed, excuse me, but they're not aiming for the Chopper, I think because Independent has properly identified that Chopper is no longer a threat, at least until it starts shooting. So that's good because basically that Chopper is doing some scouting, and Independent might not want to give away where their static guns are just yet.
They have a Dishcom and that reinforced M2 at the church way far south.
I found the third Dishka, by the way. It's in a position with Anderson, Lafoy, Ladofel, I'm going to butcher his name all fucking year, and then Corporal Doug coming in on it too. I mean, they've got it's a pretty nice concealed position. It's basically to watch the first position. And we're starting to see Bravo firing in at, let's see, this looks like a position with the Marksman and Duali. Marksman is now taking some pot shots up there too, but this is very, very long range engagement here, so the muzzle velocity of these bullets isn't going to go too far.
Oh, I can't even see that because of the fog. That's so far on the window distance.
Yep.
Well, that's only about a click, but still.
So, I mean, technically for this round, First Blood went to Gravity, and it consumed Logan's legs. But so far, no other KIAs yet. Got these two guys on that rear 50 cal position. And I think this is going to be a standard 60-minute round, so... The best Independent can hope for is just time, but, you know, it's... I'm so annoyed because of that Chopper, and Independent doing the really smart thing and not shooting at it. Again, keeping concealed. Just why?
Oh, here we go. Hot sauce in the chat. That's Logan. He tried swapping seat. It lagged.
It lagged him out and kicked him. Oh, Logan, no.
That's the risk you take with swapping seats. That's Arma for you, baby.
Poor Hot Sauce. I was looking so forward to it.
Of course, Logan is named Hot Sauce because he is a spicy motherfucker. Oh, what could have been.
Boo!
We're
Okay,
seeing
anyway.
BLUFOR coming from the west of Arcadia. They're coming up to Plato de Cayo now, ready to make that charge across the field. We have a small team to the northeast of Fun Guy, Lurch, and Mito up there with an MG. Let's see what else they have. Looks like just more scars and stuff. But yeah, they're just kind of testing the waters so far. Kind of like with the first mission, they're testing the waters, seeing what's where they're getting resistance from, and then they're going to be able to push in.
So Independent has to be a little careful here, though. Where Dooley is, for example, they're still focused. A little tunnel visioned on Bravo's position up there. They don't notice that a Delta team with a machine gun has set up. On the left flank, they put trenches up. They could fire up in this position, probably hit Dooley. There's also the hidden Dishka Technical right here. We're also seeing Alpha with Platoon HQ coming along the coast. One concern here, though, is we do have 17608 with an RPG over on this flank. If BLUFOR's not careful, they could get hit by RPGs.
Oh my god, yeah, this is the perfect one-man death or one-man ambush, I should say.
But
I mean, you can't see him, but he should be able to hear him soon enough. So I think
he might not be able to hear him if they're too far. And it looks like Alpha's dismounting on that flank too. Again, Bravo giving a lot of shots here. We see another weapons team, Delta 1, going to the eastern flank. Again, they're just kind of prodding the defenses here, trying to see how Independent's going to react. A lot of fire zones set up. But otherwise, nothing much.
Team 6. Yeah. Hey Liru, how's it going, man?
Wastelander, thanks for the 15-month resub. It is going good. I hope you keep enjoying the ops, my friend, and I hope you get a kick out of this one.
That team to the northeast, they've moved to that gas station east-northeast of Cayo. and they're just clearing stuff out, being routine with it, which I think is the right thing to do. Don't take anything for granted, especially in PvP.
Mm-hmm. So 17's looking right on the Alpha position. I don't think anyone of Alpha's exposed themselves yet. So 17, he's committed to looking in that direction, though. He's now looking to the right and left. So again, don't think he spotted Alpha just yet.
They've remounted their Humvees. They're
going to keep moving.
Really far away. Let's move up closer with the Humvees.
Again, no KIAs have happened yet other than Logan. All right, let's see. Anything I got to do? Nope, that's good. Hold up, 17 is going to see these Humvees coming in.
And if he didn't see him, then he certainly heard him, because they're putting...
Yep, he's pulling the RPG out. He's got to be more mobile, though. He's got to put that RPG back on his back to run by. And we might see BLUFOR push to Objective 2 just because it's got better cover. But there's the HMGs opening up. And then the MG from the far right position. So yeah, Independent didn't use any of those MGs on those helicopters. We see the other MG's been pulled out of the rear position to look back. It's just, can they get a good kill zone here? No, they're going to charge right up onto this position. They're firing over at Alpha 1. They're both labeled Alpha 1, so I guess the more western one. And we might see a dismount on the southern side. Wow. Yep.
This is quite the play, because not only does... Tiberia has more GREENFOR in it, so it's going to be a tougher fight. But they're pushing up to the church now in this beautiful line formation, and they're gonna come across these guys who are not prepared for a
Cosmonaut in a bush. Firefighter pulling out, probably gonna get shot here. A lot of bullets coming up to him.
Ooh, grenade lands right at his feet.
Yeah, so they're popping, Independent's popping grenades too, but it's not enough. Cosmonaut, meanwhile, if he were to just look left, he'd be able to get a beautiful flank shot on these three dudes. Just doesn't see it.
No.
Firefighter caught in the open. He is streaming, by the way. There's Cosmonaut firing, trying to get a kill on Norse. Nurisk turns around, sees Cosmonaut's position. Oh my gosh, there's just action everywhere. Neris doesn't notice Cosmonaut. Cosmonaut's still sticking back here.
They think they're up there at that tree, but no.
Firefighter doing a wide flank again. He's going to run right into Nurisk. Who's going to spot who first? Firefighter sees Nurisk and gets a single one shot on him. Nice. And Cosmonaut just drops somebody else. Give Me Your Milk also goes down. I think Firefighter just killed Cosmonaut. Yeah, so that was a blue on blue.
Oh, really, man? Come on.
Miss PID, it's a bitch.
And now we have Firefighter and Mannerheim up behind Carpenter. Carpenter's pushing in. Hoyt's holding that door, though. Oh, and he looks both ways.
We also have Dreek on the rear shooting at him. But yeah, it looks like Carpenter, who is Time Lord, traded. Hoyt is double tapping Carpenter. And also, by the way, update on the northern position. Two guys are down. Anderson and Lcpl. Lcpl was able to get that 12.7 out, and they dropped Blake and Snow.
Boston's coming in as reinforcements, but he's by himself. He's a one-man reinforcement coming up to this church, and he...
Firefighter also got shot by... I think it was Norse that got him. Norse does the double tap, so that's unfortunate.
Mannerheim pulled up the RPG, but he couldn't line up a shot in time.
Yep.
And Boston just does a circuit of this church and is running away now. That was an interesting...
This is an interesting opener, I'll give it that. Snow, meanwhile, in the northern push has woken up. He might be able to get to Blake. Nope, he gets knocked out again by an AK.
Oh, and Mannerheim comes out, hits the RPG on Boston. Is Boston down?
Nope, Boston's still up. He's driving away. Mannerheim trying to get some shots here. We also see some more shots by Montgomery. Boston is open in an open skin Vic, so if he gets hit, he's kind of screwed.
Yeah. Ooh, good air from Boston. Narrowly misses the tree. But now it's just north.
What the hell? Dreek is shooting at Warwick, and Dreek, that's the second blue on blue for GREENFOR. What is GREENFOR doing? They had a numbers advantage here, and they're losing it.
I mean, the cameras are somewhat similar, but like.
So Warwick wakes up. Dreek is now apologizing. Oh my God.
And Gorski is up north of him, and they're gonna run up towards him, I think, as well as Norris over here on the west. I'm gonna go back to see what's happening up at the north of KO.
What's Boston doing?
Not much report from the north. They're just kind of holding, taking more pot shots.
Real quick, Platoon HQ is pretty much wiped on that northern thing. Only Flanagan's still alive, but I think he's Platoon HQ, but everyone else in his team is pretty much dead. We also have Stray Dogs coming in.
Dreek takes out Norse. Gorski takes out Mannerheim, as Mannerheim lets off a rocket to Boston, but misses.
Wow. Warwick is now firing at Stray Dog. Stray Dog's coming in. He's the platoon sniper. So he needs to not play this two balls to the wall. We need a gunner back on that fucking Huey. Stray Dog throwing a grenade out and proceeds to hurt himself with his own grenade. Another grenade going out. This one going by two dead Marpat dudes. Warwick also pushing that position. These guys are going to cross each other.
Oh, Warwick, no, he's running around the
and Dreek is going to come in. Dreek trying to do a drop shot here.
Ray, you gotta hit those shots, dude.
And Dreek is now firing overhead.
Wait, Dreek doesn't realize that Stray Dog is on his close flank.
No, he does not. Dreek in another position to shoot Warwick. Will it happen? Gorski out here. Grenade gets popped on his position. Meanwhile, to the north, we still have a lot of BLUFOR guys on Overwatch. Flanahan is still the only one alive as the platoon HQ. Boston still with his Vic circling. Doesn't go for any runovers.
I don't think he can. I think that's technically against the rules. VB ramming, whatever.
Ah, okay.
Which is unfortunate, because I would have loved to see him go on a rampage, just running people over.
Well, doesn't that mean the boat ram from last round was a rule violation?
Possibly, but who the fuck cares?
Stray Dog. Warwick, I think, sees him. Stray Dog bringing his head in. Oh, and he just got unloaded on.
Hey, Boston goes by like, hey, what's going on? What's up?
Hey, what you doing? You shooting people? And now Warwick might go for the double tap. I would grab that marksman rifle.
Oh, Gorski tries to plant down a charge, but he gets sniped by someone. I don't even know who.
I think it was either who is Time Lord or Holtz. I don't know. Good call. I didn't see any tracers coming from afar.
No, Time Lord and Hoyt, they're both in.
Boston's just driving around to draw fire.
Oh, absolutely. He's just buying time. But Platoon HQ is now the only Flanagan over here. So
yep, but he's being hunted by Eagle and a UAZ Dishka, so he's got to be careful.
Oh,
now Warwick needs to come in, get the double tap, take the marksman rifle. He's going to grab an AT-4 though.
BLUFOR, meanwhile, they're pushing in the north side of KO. They have 3 Humvees loaded for bear coming in to the north side of KO.
Yep, they're going to, yep.
And,
so that's the entirety of Bravo. They're going to be able to push in there. Warwick has that AT-4. He's whipping it out. Trying to see if Boston will come around and make another pass. He hits the R button to prime the rocket, but it looks like Boston is driving away.
Hudson letting loose with another UAZ Dishcom. Gets Staffenberger's Humvee, and that's 3 people down in that Humvee.
Wow, so they charged in, yep, and a lot of people just got shot. That was a very ballsy move by BLUFOR. You don't want to do a rush into a town like that, because that's just going to cost you people.
They needed an infantry screen to see where the problem was, but no, they charged in, and that's, yeah, 3 people down. 1 person wakes back up, but that's the gunner dead, and one of the passengers still knocked out.
So,
Lcpl
Liru just spotted Platoon HQ and put some shots at him. Platoon HQ keeping low, doesn't want to get spotted. That's an amazing kill zone that GREENFOR set up and BLUFOR somehow managed to walk into. I cannot believe that played out the way it did. We've seen a lot of crazy kill zones get made, and I don't think they're going to be used, and yet they get used, so.
It was like the, sorry, it was
wait, wait, look at Sholand in the middle of town. He's stuck in a building.
Which town?
The northern one. I don't know how he got in there, but he's stuck.
How did he get in
That's
one?
GG for him. I have no idea how. Maybe he was going up the rafters and got stuck in, but there's no way to fix that. We don't have a Zeus. We don't have a way to teleport people out, so that's kind of game over for him. Meanwhile, Severe, his buddy next to him gets shot by Rust. Terminal 1 has been hacked, though, by Infidel.
Base, scanning recon, doing work yet again.
And there goes the charge. Infidel is still up, though. They were trying to take out the church. A lot of dust gets smoked. Dooley is down.
Blue on blued by that charge.
That's 3 blue on blues by GREENFOR this round.
Hudson's not pushing up, but he gets taken by Severe.
Dooley wakes back up. Sholin was able to get out of that building and come in.
Iceberg spots Dooley, takes him down.
And gets Williams. Olaf still with that 50, spraying into that smoke. His building smoking, though. Iceberg now shooting up at Olaf. And manages to hit Olaf. Olaf's still alive. He quickly dismounts.
Yeah.
T5 Bay was down, wakes back up. If he turns around, he can shoot Standards in the face. But no, Standards gets shot by Scotland instead. And then T5 Bay gets blue on blue by Sholin. That's the 4th blue on blue GREENFOR's done. What the fuck?
Terminal got complete. Severe.
Yeah, Severe's moving out. Carlson is stopping Azariah.
Yes, Azariah gets the double.
And BLUFOR is just able to get out of there before getting blown off. GREENFOR really needs to stop this blue on blue. It's cost them 4 people so far, and if they hadn't been doing that, they would have still the advantage over here.
Oh my god. I have no words for that. That was beautiful. What, from the time they pushed in to the time the terminal exploded was what, 3 minutes? 4 tops? Oh my god.
So I'm looking at a dead BLUFOR guy next to an Independent guy. The camos are somewhat similar, but there are some distinct qualities. Independent have a more white camo, while BLUFOR is more brown. I can understand where there can be a problem here with that, but 4 blue on blue incidents. Like
you need to look for
one's white, one's brown. Like it's that simple. Again, we have the luxury of having the bird's eye view, but I can say as someone that's played this game for years, there are camos that can be a lot similar in play here. So I don't think these 4 blue on blue incidents are truly warranted.
Sholin wormed his
So
way
Boston
out.
circling
He's
in.
now back in play.
So by the way, Flanahan, he went down. We have Anderson and LaFoy now coming down here to sweep the bodies to make sure they're all dead. It's a good call there. Huey's still flying around. Boston's still circling.
Iceberg gets another, I think, but I'm not sure who that was. But
Yep, looking back on the Northern here, we still have Severe moving around. Olaf's still alive, doing his best, but Olaf, I think, is the only active Independent guy still alive. Williams, Dooley, Bay got...
back alive.
Double tap. You're right. Sholin is still up. He got out of that building, and Eagle is also up. So this is just a very close fight here. They're getting some double taps on Bay. Olaf popping grenades out. Smoke grenade gets popped. Severe comes around, though, and they shot him in the face and a few times in the chest. Ouch. So Sholin and Eagle need to come in here and get some stuff. I like seeing Severe and Azariah working together. Finn goes down to Sholin. Iceberg wasn't covering that right sector, and does BLUFOR have any medics in this sector? No, they do not. So if people go down, they're not going to be able to get medic back up, and I'm not sure if BLUFOR even has any medics on the side here. BLUFOR is pretty limited in what they're doing, and we still have Boston circling this freaking area here. He's still circling. I mean, Dreek has a grenadier rifle, so he should have been able to kill Boston right there, but he did not. Azariah and Severe separated and shot at each other, and now Eagle is trying to spray down Azariah. And Severe's still shooting at him. Now, a BLUFOR blue on blue incident is going on. He's still shooting Az, and he knocks Az out. So 1 blue on blue incident for BLUFOR and 4 blue on blue incidents for GREENFOR. Also, 17608 has pulled into this area. I didn't even notice him. And now BLUFOR, I think it's 2 GREENFOR versus 3 BLUFOR.
I think Severe just realized his mistake. He got shot in the head or in the leg. Oh yeah, he realizes his mistake. He's dragging Az into cover as Iceberg comes around the corner, and they're gonna recap that. as fails to wake
There's
back
no
up.
medic, though. They're not going to be able to get him back up. 17,608 coming around. Eagle's still watching that vector. We have Wreck over here with the machine gun watching that vector Eagle was shooting from. I guess trying to see if he'll come back out that area. But 17,6, he might hear the medical here, come around and spray them down. He does only have an AK, but he does have that RPG. He could potentially dunk it in and get some nice AoE damage. But I don't see BLUFOR winning this. They don't have enough manpower.
No,
They've lost way too many guys, and it's just because that costly southern push, which didn't need to happen, and they don't have anyone on the chopper gun.
Squander, yeah. Between Logan being, they tried to hot drop Logan, but then Arma said no, fuck you. Not
And
this
Nemesis
time.
is dead too. I mean, look at all those skulls compared to
I think if
GREENFOR.
Logan and Nemesis are down for BLUFOR. That's it. That's a wrap. That's a fucking wrap.
So 17-6, he's looking around. He's going to go the opposite way, though. He's not hearing any, he's not close enough to hear that medical audio. So he's just going to circle around. He might run into Wreck, though. Wreck is, he has his back to 17 if he comes around that wall. But 17 looks like he's looting a body. He could switch guns. That could help him out, but...
He's got, yeah, he could switch for that 203 M4, which would be nice.
So Patriot looks like he's picked Boston up. And they're going to do chopper gunner stuff. Finally. That has needed to happen for a while.
It might be a little too late, you know, because...
Well, that second AO is still loaded with dudes, and now that they know where all the 50 cal positions are, you never know. Anyway, Wreck gets shot at by Eagle. Iceberg going around, shooting at Eagle's previous position. Getting some more shots in here, keeping Eagle suppressed. Eagle doesn't have a way out.
I mean,
so Severe's waiting on him. Iceberg with the AT4! Severe trying to get a Grenadier round in. It is short. Iceberg's got to be careful not to backblast Severe. Another Grenadier round going in. Iceberg now shooting Eagle in the leg. Eagle just had a desync spike at the worst possible time. Got caught in the open and brought down by enemy fire. Where is 1706? I keep calling him that 17608. But he's got a shot here. Trying to shoot at Iceberg. Severe now covering him. And he's going to pull back to the right instead. Iceberg getting the double tap. Good kill right there. 17 is going to reposition.
And yeah, 17608, he's the last GREENFOR up here at KO.
Yep, Wreck is working on Azariah. I don't think any BLUFOR medics are still alive, though, so it's going to be in a bit of vain. And now we're seeing that chopper gunner starting to fire down on the southern position of the church. But again, they're just suppressing previous positions. Independent has changed things up. Now, 17, he might see the movement in that building where Wreck is bandaging Azariah. He does. That would be a perfect place to put RPGs in.
Yeah, I think he's probably thinking what I'm thinking, in that he's got the VL there loaded. So it's a lot
Iceberg's got bandaging.
Charge in there, but just not a lot of spread. It's heat, remember, not HE, so there'll be some splash from it, but he would need to get a direct hit.
Ooh, Severe's coming around. He spots 1706. 17 caught out in the open, gets headshotted, and that is Independent sweep from Area 1. Now it is up for BLUFOR to come into Area 2 here, but BLUFOR has two loose teams of dudes. One is a machine gun team coming in. The other one is also a machine gun team, so they could get on these ridge lines and pepper the AO. But in terms of manpower to actually come in, they've only got 3 dudes and one guy that is unconscious and very unlikely to wake back up.
Now, they do have up La Corona, no relation. They have a 3-man team that was up there to the northeast. They came around through Iguana. I was watching them progress. And so they pushed up to this little peak, and they're waiting on the call. We also have D2 over to the southwest of Tiberia, of Arcor, Martin, Fox, Indigo Fox. So we can have a nice 3-pronged push from the north, the southeast, and the southwest, along with that chopper cast giving machine gun cover. There's a possibility here. With the numbers we have, that's what, 3, 3, 4, that's, if the math is correct, that's 10, plus the 2 in the chopper.
Real quick to cut you off, the Eastern MG has been backpacked, probably because it's out of ammo because they used it to spray down Platoon HQ's rush. We have Drake running back up over here. He's checking bodies. I want to see if that 50 cal and that 12.7 are still active. and have ammo, because they could use the 50 cal to spray that helicopter. Again, it's a better static by choice, and it's got more cover, but we'll just have to see how things go here. Meanwhile, Azariah being left to this area, there's no medic. BLUFOR, I think, finally called it in and have given up, so looks like they are pushing back north to their vehicles. We also have Nielsen.
Yeah, way out to the west.
Yep, he's got a Dishka car. I think he's just looking around. He might go hunting for that Huey, but I don't know.
I'll be right back. I broke the seal a little too soon.
All right, so trying to get my bearings here. We still have an MG team right up here. They're firing back at this group of, it's a mix of Alpha and Bravo squads for Independent, and we just had a marksman round come up here and hit Fun Guy and knock him out. That marksman was, gosh, who could have made that shot? I think it was Anderson getting an iron sight shot on Fun Guy up here. So Fun Guy forced the bandage. We're seeing some more rounds come in by, who is this over here? Latofoy. No, it wasn't him. He's turned away. Might have been Doug or maybe Montgomery, because he is looking in that position. No, he's got a machine gun, so it wouldn't have been him. The tracers look like they came from Lato, and he's now shooting up at the Huey to try to bait its fire from the looks of things. We still have Dreek up here. He is taking fire, though, from that machine gun position. I don't know what he's doing up here, just with all of these bodies and whatnot. But again, he should be trying to get on these 50s and doing something. But I think he's just combat looting, trying to get whatever gear he can. Meanwhile, BLUFOR, they have a Vic. They're pushing down with that M2, but no one's on that M2. But Nielsen, coming in with the UAZ, could track them down, get on the gun, and spray them. Nielsen does spot it. Is he going to go for it, though? Instead, he's coming to a stop because he doesn't have a gunner. He'd have to solo crew it.
Yeah, I think he's trying to map out his position or maybe call, communicate what's going on. But yeah, this Blue Bravo 2 team, they're pushing in. We have Indigo Fox is down. Martin and Arcor are still up, but that's half that.
Yep, Indigo just got executed. Martin, they're getting engaged by Dreek up here. And Independent just has too many guys at this point. Looks like Nielsen pushed out a little more. He's looking for the vehicle. Looks like Iceberg, Severe, and the other guy are going to dismount up next to the Delta team's position, try to get more on Overwatch, but they got to consolidate and do one more push here because BLUFOR's other push of 4 dudes is already down to 50% effectiveness. They're smoking, Martin's repositioned, and it's just a mess here. Independent are probably going to win this one.
I think Arker's trying to push up to the body was, now he's pushing away. But there's a 240 Bravo down right there on one of those BLUFOR bodies.
Yeah.
Would have loved to see him try and take that and utilize that. And yeah, we have Dreek now behind the BLUFOR push. We have Nielsen behind everything to the north now.
We have Montgomery here looking at this one position. He does have a machine gun. If he can get the bipod in the angle right and catch BLUFOR out of position, he could do a lot of damage. Meanwhile, that BLUFOR position, again, firing on the Southern Church. I guess aiming for Dreek, but Martin is down. Arcor pushed up and was killed. And that's just going to leave the one BLUFOR group and the Huey to, I don't know, do something desperate. Martin might wake back up. But for now, this is just a very big mess.
Yeah, it's rough to say the least. And Martin goes down as well, so that's that southwestern flank completely decimated. And so now it's
Here's
just
the other BLUFOR guy. It's because Bridge is up here with that machine gun.
La Corona point.
And we have Dreek coming in on the south. He's going to finish off these bodies here.
I don't think there's a surrender option.
Making sure they're dead.
I'd be considering it right now.
By the way, hold up. We're having Nielsen move up with the Vic on his own. And all these guys are going to, I think they're going to bum rush with the Humvee. But if Nielsen gets the gun lined up, he could do a lot of damage.
He hops out, actually. What is he? Oh, no. Come on, dude. See that Humvee. You should have seen that Humvee.
He probably was at an angle where he could see them. He's going to go prone instead. I would have gotten on that 50. As soon as I saw them, I would have pulled back, gotten on that 50, and gone crazy. But Rek is now pushing out. Rek is going to see Nielsen. Rek immediately goes prone. Now crouches up, and they trade. They fucking traded.
Wow. Actual perfect trade. And now
we've seen quite a few perfect trades.
Yeah.
Both through EU and whatchamacallit, and NA. Helicopter's still flying around, doing some harassment. Both guys still alive right there. It is right now. Let me do a head count. It's 5 dudes, I think, in the Humvee. So, yep, Severe +4. And then 2 dudes in the Huey. So, that is 7 BLUFOR guys total. And we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 independent guys closely knitted here. And we also had Lcpl. That one position has just been a massive pain in BLUFOR's neck. Because with where Lato is, they used the 12.7 to kill the entire platoon group that moved in.
Ooh, good air.
And BLUFOR is going to go for a rush.
They have the objective. J-Mania is there. Warwick's there.
Warwick has captured AT4. Oh!
No,
they hit. Yep, that kills 2 of them. Ellison goes down. They're firing back at Jamaica. Get Jamaica down. Warwick stole that from a guy he killed. And unfortunately, they hit a tree. Yeah, that killed Scandy Recon. Fun guy trying to fight it out here. He goes unconscious. Warwick's probably going to come up, get the double tap, and that is game.
That is all she wrote. I love what they did. That was absolutely...
It was a good try. It was a very good try for Rush. Unfortunately, they hit that tree and slowed down.
Yeah.
Warwick getting his double tap.
Oh, no. And so that's just Patriot and... who else is that? That's Patriot and... Boston. Boston's down. So it's
Boston is down. Yep. I'm assuming you scrolled up to see that. So here's the thing: have you heard of that Stick Adventures game that got released on Steam?
Yeah.
So there's an option where you can call Charles the pilot to come help you, and he'll literally fly into the AO. What the fuck? That's literally what Charles does, though, is he'll fly in and explode. Fission mailed. We'll get him next time. Oh my god, perfect. That was just absolutely perfect. Patriots cooking off in the center. That's... wow. Okay.
I mean... again, kind of squandering of BLUFOR, but...
Hey, look, another helicopter got squandered. And the BLUFOR is eliminated because Patriot cooked off and died.
And victory, man.
Independent has won. We heard some random bombs chop off, probably because they thought Platoon HQ was still around there. And wow, even though Independent, in my opinion, could have held Objective 1, BLUFOR spread out way too much and got gunned the fuck down in some really bad rush plays, but wow.
Jesus. And there we go, mission completed.
Oh.
That right there is why you're the best, boss.
My god. We're gonna hop back up to operations room, listen to a little bit as we wrap this up.
I don't know.
All right. And with that, that brings another week of FNF to a close.
Enough over.
Thank you.
We're gonna go find someone to raid.
They were good games, and we hope to see you again next week.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hey, who was asking if Boston got a kill?
Me.
Probably not.
Yeah, no, you did. I checked.
Bro.
Yeah, all I did was circle Terminal 2.
On me that game. Somebody please help.
Fantastic.
I'm kind of interested what the fucking streamers thought of me just circling Terminal 2, just wasting their ammo.
No, they didn't waste their ammo. They barely shot you.
No, they did. They wasted
did,
their
but barely.
2 rockets from the LAT on me.
Hey, Gorski, this one time, let Boston have his fun, okay?
His delusions.
He drove around in a vehicle around their point.
No, he got it right. My delusions.
Okay, crazy man.
All right, we are gonna raid some random guy playing Antistasi and make his day. So feel free to join me in the raid here. I'm going to initiate it now, again using big channel resources to help small channels out and let you see various aspects of Arma because I can't find a Zeus. Also, I think Forensic was streaming. I would have harassed him, but here we go. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Go operate operationally. Join us next week for 6 more PvP matches. We'll be getting these up on YouTube at the 3 p.m. slot because it's supposed to be 9, 12, and 3, but I keep botching the upload times. Cheers, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. We might be on tomorrow for some mission development because Bloodwing self-quarantine over other stuff, and that's my Saturday's open. So cheers. That was great.